Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is the sixth and last news on post-March newspaper front page dawn. 17 IPPs haven't signed tariff discount deals, NEPA told. Power regulators hearing on trade revision concludes. By Khalid Khiani. Islamabad, the National Electric Power Regulatory Authority (NEPRA) on Wednesday completed the hearing on tariff revision of 30 independent power producers (IPPs) under negotiated deals with the government, and it reported that 17 producers had not yet signed the tariff reductions. The hearing on the request of the Central Power Purchasing Agency (CPPA) followed a deal between the IPPs and the government signed last month and was presided over by NEPRA Chairman Tosif H. Faruqi. Adding Secretary of Power Division Wasim Mukhtar told the regulator that 17 of the 47 power producers which had initiated revised agreements for tariff discounts had not signed final agreements. He said the final agreements had been signed with 30 IPPs. The remaining 17 had also signed memorandums of understanding (MOUs), and the government was in talks with them for final agreements, he added. CPPA's Chief Financial Officer, Pakistan Officer Rihan Akhtar, said revised agreements with thermal IPPs would reduce energy costs, help reduce circular debt and profitability of the IPPs. He said the IPPs set up through foreign investment would get 12% rate of return on equity instead of the erstwhile 15%, and the power generation had been frozen at an exchange rate of rupees 148 per dollar. The CPPA representatives reported that revision in thermal IPP's tariff was expected to provide about rupees 182 billion, while there could be a similar saving of about rupees 191 billion through the revised tariffs of 17 wind power plants. The hearing was informed that with a total savings of about rupees 836 billion through revised agreements over a period of 20 years would help reduce the circular debt, and the average tariff would drop by about 25 paisa per unit. The reduction in tariff would go up until 40 paisa per unit in 2027, the CPPA official said, but declined to indicate if any relief would be provided directly to consumers in the bills. NEPRA members questioned the logic behind fixing the exchange rate at 148 while negotiating a fresh deal with IPPs. The CPPA-G representative said that initially the government and the IPPs had agreed to freeze the dollar at rupees 168, which was reduced to rupees 148 in the final agreement. NEPRA Chairman Tosif H. Faruqi was of the opinion that the actual performance of CPPA-G would be considered after the dollar again went beyond 168. The CPPA CFO claimed that the agreement and the current rate was also a win-win situation for consumers. He explained that the government was also able to persuade the IPPs to agree on exchange rate of rupees 160 at the time of agreements as the rupee value appreciated against the dollar and through the original MOUs entailed exchange rate of rupees 168. If the dollar rate exceeded rupees 168, it would benefit the consumers more as the return would be calculated on the basis of rupees 148, he added. When the NEPRA chairman asked if the CPPA had analyzed the benefit in case of the dollar was valued at rupees 170, rupees 175, or more than rupees 200, the CFO replied that their analysis was based on 5% annual depreciation. However, he added if the dollar stayed at the agreed rate of rupees 148, it would benefit the government in the case of foreign lenders, but not in the case of local lenders. One of the IPP's representatives said the report of the Muhammad Ali Committee was not shared with the IPPs, and whatever discussions that took place was in the national interest. In response to a question about the National Accountability Bureau, NAB, the NEPRA chairman suggested that such questions should be referred to the anti-graft watchdog as the petition had come to the regulator for tariff adjustment. The CPPA requested that in case of foreign equity investment, the existing return on equity and the return on equity during the construction components of the 15% return should be replaced with 15% return with the dollar indexation and fixed exchange rate at 14%. In case of local equity investment, the rate of return at 17% with no further indexations is required. The regulator was told that the first installment of 40% of the agreed amount would be paid unto the power projects after notification of their rates, while the second installment of 60% of the agreed amount will be paid within the next 6 months. NEPRA will issue its determination soon. And in the end, the formal request, if you have not yet, to please subscribe to the channel and press the like and bell button to get the fresh from us. Thank you for watching. Have a nice time. Goodbye.